Adrenaline is a natural stimulant. Adrenaline makes the hair on your neck stand up. Adrenaline makes your heart beat out of your chest. Adrenaline makes your extremities shake like a leaf falling from a tree. There's nothing like natural adrenaline, and this is why we call and hunt predators. Are you ready for a new breed of predator hunters? Are you ready for the adrenaline to rush through your body? And are you ready to challenge your inner hunter? We are the American Hunter, and this is Dead Dog Walkin'.
Tonight we're just going to talk a little bit about this past season and what we've experienced since September of 2010 all the way up until March of 2011, where we're at right now. And you know, we're over at my mom's house. She's cooked a big Italian dinner for us, and you know, I love it. Family time. We get to reminisce, talk about the outdoors, and you know, just spend some quality time. I've been on the road 6 weeks straight now since SHOT Show, and I'm ready just to put my feet up a little bit and talk with family and eat some good lasagna. Let's check it out. You know, you look at all over this wall, there's just memories, and most of them are revolved around the outdoors. Here we are at a crawfish feed at Walkin Reservoir. Here's my dad's old 72 Ford F-250 up at Boulder Reservoir. And here's my dad with what we call Uncle Cecil. You come over here and you got Clint and Clay with a bull sprig and Clint with a pair of coyotes. And it's pictures. It tells kind of the story of who we are, how we got our beginning, and how we got to where we are today. And I mean, I could go on forever. I mean, I could tell you every single person in all these pictures and what we were doing when that picture was taken.
When I'm rolling down the road, going where they're paying.
You know, growing up, Chad was always hearing that they should have stopped at him. They should have stopped at him. He was the best. He was the pride of the world. But that's why my parents finally stopped at me, because they finally got what they wanted.
You know, a lot of times we get to come together, and you know, all of us are brothers here, and we've grown up hunting and being in the outdoors and competing against each other and for each other and playing sports. And I just heard Clay tell a story about, you know, the first time that he called a coyote in, and I remember I was there with him, and the coyote literally finished at 5 yards, and we shot him with a shotgun. Can't tell you what it means to me to look back on those hunts that we went on back in the day. And it wasn't that long ago, but it was still back in the day. And I could tell you the first coyote we called in together, the call that we used, the gun that we used to shoot it, and the looks on our faces when he came up that draw out of that little ravine, and it was awesome. And we've been hooked ever since. And if you've never done it, you got to try it. It's a great thing to do for conservation. I'm telling you, predator hunting is the deal. I'm glad that we got into it. I still wish my dad was here to enjoy it with us. But hey, three brothers still together, best friends, Dead Dog Walkin'. Hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah, you talk about that first coyote, man, coming in. It gets you so excited and so addicting to be able to call something you don't know where it's at, 1 mile, 2 miles away, and to be able to call it within 5 feet of you. I mean, there's just an adrenaline rush there. I mean, that's what's addicting about it, to call them into that close instead of shooting them out, 100 or 200 yards away.
I love going into the stores around here, like at Scolari's or the post office, and seeing these reward signs for a missing cat. And I look at them every time and want to call the person and say, your cat's not coming back, I promise you.
We're just out there, we have our different techniques, our different things, and we're adapting and learning as we go along, and we're hoping to just bring some of that, to the TV when you guys tune in, and hope that you can pick up on something that we point out to you, something that you probably do but you don't think about.
If you live your life with passion like we do, and you apply it in everything you do, then life is awesome. I mean, you wake up every day knowing that you're going to get to hunt this weekend, or get to hunt every day, or at least talk about hunting and be with family and friends and have these awesome relationships. And going back to my dad and what he instilled in us, and now that we're grown men and we have our own kids, I just had a daughter, and Clay just had a little boy, Chase, and Clint's got his 2 little boys and his 2 stepdaughters. I mean, we're going to instill the same values in them, what my mom and dad instilled in us, and I think it's the best way to raise kids. Outdoors, family, traditions, and you hear it all the time in this industry, and that's why this industry is so tight. I'm glad that you guys are here. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up on Dead Dog Walkin'. I'm Chad Belding. This is my brother Clay, Clint. We really hope what you guys what you're about to see, that you're going to enjoy. Hopefully your families get involved, and every Sunday night they're on that couch just like they are for Foul Life. It's a little bit different, but hey, it's still hunting. We're going to cut up. We're going to laugh. We're going to make fun of each other. We're going to teach you, show you some behind the scenes, and bring some world-class footage. DeadDogWalkin.com. Learn more about us. We appreciate y'all being with us. We'll see you soon.
Become a fan at facebook.com/BandedNation.
When I left you, my poor old heart was breaking, because I know your love for me is right. But the sun will rise on you in Carolina.
Got quite a bit of snow out here this last storm, huh?
Yeah, it's
A couple feet, eh?
oh yeah. Not only the snow but the cold.
How cold's it been?
We had about 18 below yesterday, and then this morning warmed up a little. We had about 5 or 6 below, but makes life fun, huh?
Starting to calve a little bit too, huh? I saw
Yes,
some
sir.
fresh calves.
Oh yeah.
You been seeing some coyotes?
Yeah, a couple here and there. In the fresh snow, you don't see them as much, until it hardens up, and you see them starting to travel
Get
a little
across
bit
there,
more.
yeah.
But as calving's starting, it's going to get, you'll see a little bit more of them.
Good deal.
Where would you say we should go?
Well, anywhere, pretty much over this little ridge. We've got a bone pile over there, and then they travel from the pivot over there to the meadows, and then from the meadows, either from the pivot or the meadows up in the tree line. A lot of our cows will go up in the tree line and calve up there, or out in the brush where it's pretty thick.
I mean, could you imagine having to wake up every morning this time of year, negative 18 degrees, and not be able to make an excuse not to get out of bed? I get in my truck, warm it up, go to the office, sit behind a computer maybe, but Brian's got to get out there and feed cattle. I mean, he's bottle feeding calves. He's saddling his horses. He's looking for anything on that ranch that needs tending to, whether it's a fence or water needing broke. I mean, there's no rest for these ranchers, guys. I mean, I got the utmost respect for American ranchers and farmers.
Well, it's pretty heartbreaking when you go out and riding through the calves and you're herd and you see, something dead, and, that calf doesn't get a chance to, live through the, its time, and it's emotionally it puts a lump in your throat, but also financially it hurts us, because this is how we make our livelihood, how we make our income. So it hurts in both ways. It's in your blood mainly. I mean, you either have it or you don't. It's a tough livelihood. You wake up every day and you see, the seasons and the change and the calves coming and spring, and you got spring Brandons and fall Brandons. You get to live it, and it's not an easy life, but it's a good life. Oh yeah, I see my kids being a big part of this. My daughter Micah and my son Samuel, they'll be by my side, working and getting on a horse and going out and riding and playing and riding their motorcycles and four-wheelers, and just experiencing the ranching life. We have had professionals come in. There is also a government trapper here, keeps the population down. If you don't stay on top of it, they do get out of control, and the population escalates quickly. And I don't necessarily, as busy as I get, I don't take specific days and go out and hunt coyotes, but I always pack a rifle and a box of shells, and if they do happen to, or I do see them or they do cross my path, they do die.
If we can do a little bit on our part to help them out and keep the predators around their properties under control, then we're going to do it. And I am very thankful to have the relationships with a lot of ranchers where we live that we do.
Part of why I coyote hunt is just to see the smile on people's faces when we get out. You know, ranchers, they live their life. It's a hard life. They're doing calving, they're haying, they're doing all the things that they do. They might kill a coyote every now and again when they're riding in the trucks and shoot them out the window to help out. But I love to show up and see the smile on their faces because that's what we do. We're not the best at it, but we're pretty good at it. And they love us showing up to take care of their problems.
Go up and call 2 or 3 stands and try to kill one, and then we'll come back and let you know how we do, and then maybe you can cook us breakfast or
There you go.
a brunch or something.
Yeah,
to celebrate
there
this
you
Sunday
go.
brunch. Appreciate you, brother.
Good seeing you.
See you in a little bit, Brian.
For more inside scoop, go to banditnation.com.
There's a dead pile right there. Brian said they just put a full-grown cow in there. 2 calves last week. We came up here last year to hunt and drove up here a little bit and watched 2 bobcats and 2 coyotes skirt out of there. Gave it about 20 minutes and let it rest. Got in real. It was a lot harder snow at that time. So when it's hard snow, you want to walk in each other's foot tracks. We had 3 guys with us that day, 1 cameraman and 2 gunners. Got in there quietly as quiet as we could, and set up and started calling first series. Here comes a coyote bombing at us. He hung up at like 200 yards, spotted another one from our right, and he finished at 35, 40 yards, and we smoked him. The other one took off. But I'm kind of hesitant with how soft the snow is, and it's 2.5 feet deep, so there's a ton of deer, ton of game trails all over that side hill, a lot of cattle tracks, but Brian said there's a ton of mule deer using this area, so hopefully there's 2 or 3 uneducated coyotes that want to come for an easy meal today and get a little bit of the Hornady Superformance, lighten them up.
Well, I was riding on a one-way ticket to an early grave. My path of destruction has long been paved. If not for you, I might have never been saved, but you caught me at a bad time. Why you gotta be so pretty? Why you gotta be so cool? You're all that I want, and the last thing I need is to fall in love with you.
So what we have going for us, the tree line with all the deer for the food, calving all going all along here, cows everywhere, and not a lot of chances for coyotes to get a good meal right now unless they're calving or deer hunting. So we'll start off with some really, really low, like dying calf sounds, real low bleats, and take it from there. If they don't respond to that, I'll start to get more panicky and high shrill as the stand goes on. But let's see what happens.
Just standing in my way. Why you gotta be so pretty?
How deep that snow
Why
is.
you gotta be so cool? You're all that I want, and the last thing I need is to fall in love with you.
follow us at twitter.com/bandednation.
Hey guys, Chad Belling here with Dead Dog Walk. I want to talk to you a little bit today about my opinion on an open reed call as opposed to a closed reed call, and mixing them in with the e-collars. Today out on stand we have the Flex Tone Echo, and I'm also using an open reed call that we designed a couple years ago. And in my opinion, the versatility of an open recall is 10 times more powerful than anything a closed recall has to offer. Closed recall is going to be a little bit easier to blow, a little bit easier to operate, just because you're just blowing air through that tube. But one thing that it doesn't have the versatility, the maneuverability. You don't get to manipulate the sound as much as you do with an open recall. So some of the sounds that we make, starting with our lips and our teeth way up high, close to the cork. You can hear how deep that is. You can hear all the bass in that. And all I'm doing is blowing straight air. I'm not grunting. I'm just grunting is grr, grr, grr. It doesn't sound right. Just straight air. Almost the same as a short reed goose call or a mallard duck call. Come down to the middle of the reed, starts to get a little bit more higher pitch. And you can tell how I'm keeping all that air locked up in that on-call hand. And then letting it out just with moving my pinky, my ring finger a little bit, just letting little bits and pieces of it sneak through the cracks of my hands or my fingers and getting all those really authentic sounds. Then when I move my mouth and teeth down to the tip of the reed, gets really high-pitched shrill sounds. That sound drives coyotes especially crazy. They almost all the time they got to come check it out, see what's going on. And you can hear how I can lock it up with my hand. And then just let it out by moving that pinky, ring finger, middle finger, and just using that entire thing is just a tool that you're gonna put in your mouth, and it becomes the entire hunt. I mean, this is gonna dictate what happens on this hunt. Knowing when to use it, how to use it, what sounds to make, how high to call, how loud to call, how low to call, when to not call at all. Learn it, guys. Get out in the field, get your instincts down. Predator hunting's unbelievable. You can practice your sounds year round. You can practice your hunting instincts, your shooting, your marksmanship with your rifle, your shotgun. Get out there. It's an awesome sport. We hope you're enjoying what we're bringing to you here at Dead Dog Walking. Check out bandednation.com, all of our other brands like Banded Gear, Banded Calls, The Foul Life. We're hoping you're enjoying what the Banded Nation is doing. We appreciate all your support. We'll see you back here pretty soon. Guys, we pretty much knew right when we got out of the truck that day at Brian's that there was probably going to be too much snow. We called one stand and made the call, let's get out of here. Told Brian, hey, let us know when some of the snow starts to melt off, and that's exactly what he did. 3 weeks later, here we are. Good buddy Alex Faust joins us, and we head back up there. Brian gets his permission on 3 other ranches around his. It turned out to be a pretty special day at calling. Check this out.
Coming down the rocks. Here he comes, Clay. He's coming hard. Get your gun up. Yeah, Clay, we're on. Get your gun up, Alex. I'm waiting for that. Alex, I'm gonna shoot him. Here his gun's off. Is Clay on him? Don't shoot yet. Let him keep coming. Gorgeous. Boom. I love it. Second series. Mojo puppy dog out there. Coyotes are just locked in on him.
Howa, Nico Sterling, already Super Performance, Smackdown. I mean, that dog she had no idea what was going on. She was looking at that Mojo puppy dog decoy, had no idea you're there. And I mean, you got to be concealed and just use your instincts. You got to figure out when to move your gun, when to shift, when to get on that dog. When she gets down in a low part or goes behind some thick brush, get your gun. And that's exactly what Alex did. Took his time, took a deep breath, squeezed off that howler. That's it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I just want to say one more thing is that to learn a little bit about our family and my brothers and how we got into hunting with my dad and my mom and our influences, and then to actually be able to go out and apply it and help another family like Brian's up there on his ranch. It's cool, man, and everything about predator hunting or any kind of hunting, I mean, that's what it does for me. It's not about that kill. It's not about seeing an animal get drilled with a bullet from 40 yards. It's so much more than that to me. The sunrises and seeing that snow and seeing those cattle and meeting Brian and his ranch hand there and seeing him feed that calf with that bottle. I mean, there's something to be said about the outdoors and what this country and its foundation was built on. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about me and my brothers, as well as the the family up there with Brian. And I hope you're enjoying Dead Dog Walking. We're going to keep bringing it to you every week. I think it's different. Our approach is going to be a little bit different. You're not going to see a ton of kills every episode, but they're going to mean something, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week right here at Dead Dog Walking.